trying to multitask. I'm here moving some logs. I have this idea for an upcoming video. And then log hauler Jesse just shows up. So we'll take it. I'm on my tractor right now. There's Jesse. I got me some bigger maples. And I thought we could do something different for an upcoming video. I'm just setting these out of the way for right now. All right. And let me get over here and see this guy. So this is an interesting load. It's pretty much all cherry, you know, which we'll take. These come from out by Cleveland, and it's pretty much all cherry. Obviously, we got a funny looking one right here, but these were victims of those big winds that came through about a month ago. A lot of blowdown. And I think the landowner up there just had them all taken out. Jesse said there's a lot of short ones in here, but they all look manageable. Hello there.
Hello.
All right, this is an all cherry load.
Mostly, yeah. That's probably 5 or 6 pieces of oak.
And you said there's a big cherry on top.
There's a big cherry on top.
Just for me, right?
Yeah. You
Okay.
can set it in the back and look at it for a while.
Put the big one over here.
Okay.
All right. How's retirement going for you, Jesse?
It hasn't showed up yet.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, I broke the seat off, my back of my seat off today. I got something to fix.
Well, is it laying on the highway somewhere?
Yeah, just a job.
All right.
Bolts came loose and it flipped off.
Okay, so Jesse can't recline during this job. So he's gonna lay down a couple stringers. I still have these older cherries right here on the end. They're pretty dry. So I just asked if he could put those on the end. I'll run those first. Look at that. So I've been getting these shorter logs in. The problem is, you know, the same amount of wood is taking up more linear space here. So this is getting pretty tight to my container, but it'll only be tight for a while until I can get all these processed. And he is laying down some runners. That. All right. More of those older cherries. And that appears to be the big cherry. This one will probably not fit through my processor. Yeah, it's pretty big. All right. He said that there are a couple oaks in here, maybe a maple, but it's mostly all cherry. Actually, that one there looks like a beech. just as I have been panicking about my log supply, what do you know? Jesse has 3 loads for me. And then Nathan, another logger who you have met, he is showing up today also. It seems that the cushion that I'm establishing is going to my logs, but you know, you gotta have your logs. So the one thing that I've learned in business is you can't sell what you don't have. And while I do have a supplier up north of me, and I still buy wood off of him, the day I hope will come when I don't have to do that anymore, because I am, if I calculate how much there is in the wood, you know, we're a little bit over probably $100 a cord for what I'm paying off of these log trucks. Now, this is I'm paying a little bit more for this load, not because of the premium species, but because the distance that it came from. So trucking obviously adds a lot. But what I'm paying for firewood already made, I think you can add $75 to $100 to my costs for the product. But you know what? Here's a business model for you though. The challenge is finding the right supplier and finding a supplier who's dependable, who is as passionate about this as you are. Because what the heck, if you can buy firewood for, let's say, $200 a cord already made, if you apply value-added principles to it, you can easily practically triple your return on it. And then you don't have any expense with your machines and your oil and gas, which obviously takes away all the fun of making firewood. But you know, it's just an idea for a business model. You could probably do this without even running a saw. Probably it would still help to have your own splitter if you got a resplit. But again, that comes down to you and your relationship with any supplier or suppliers that you can find. It was about 1.5 to 2 years ago, I had 3 main suppliers where I was still buying firewood off of. I have just learned that you can sell every stick of firewood you get your hands on. It's just the way firewood is. I am now down to 1.5. The other supplier, he has moved and he has a new house and he has his hands full. So he hasn't been making firewood for me as much as he was. But the other guy, I was just up there today and the day before running cords. And I still have some people, some of my original customers that I will take care of because of this. And I'm being distracted. My high school helper just showed up. I gotta tell him what to do to get the truck loaded. Hold on. Sorry about that. It's always exciting on a delivery when you see a log coming off. It's usually all maple, but then there's like a dark red log inside and you get excited. And then every log that's coming off here is practically cherry, and I'm forgetting about that. Yeah, so these logs are already cut short, which is nice, but it is changing the way my yard looks, you know, because these logs right here were usually, well, they were out past my fire pit, just one log in full length, and then they were about as long as that one sticking out. So these are a lot shorter and taking up more space. My good friend Dale from the Firewood Hut came up and we were running our big saws, and that's what these rounds are. When the axis comes back, we'll split these up, but that's why they're in the way right now. We had, if you recall, those crooked oak logs that were laying here, we got those cut up. When I say we, I mean Dale cut them up, and I stood off to the side and pointed. Good things. Things that I'm good at. I need a white helmet. All right. All this cherry is looking great, though. Cherry is... Someone asked me the other day, what's my favorite firewood species? He asked me, what are my top 4? And it went silver maple, cherry, beech, and ash. Ash is still on the list, although I rarely get it. But what was not on that list is oak. You know, hickory's not on that list, but not because of the smell. I love it. But it's just such a gross, dirty wood when it's split and stacked in your yard. Yeah, this is getting tall. So this is a challenge too with my tractor when I start getting into that far about, you know, logs crashing down. But where are you going to put them, you know? Those are nice. So I have been very busy, multiple deliveries every day. My high school help, he comes after school every day and he gets the trucks loaded up again for tomorrow. And like I said, I was up north having my trailer loaded up the last 2 days as well. And I still, though, haven't run my Japa in a while, and it's not because I haven't had anything to do. Deliveries are priority this time of year. And then I am not sure when this video is coming out, but I had a slight problem with my delivery truck, which occupied a lot of my time, which also involved this guy up here saving me. Oh, I think those are all the oaks. Like I need oak. Jesse, how's your back? Are you okay not being able to lounge up there?
You gotta watch. I'll be fixing that tonight. I don't like being able to, especially if the truck's on a lean and you lean back to lean into it, it throws you off. My outrigger down and the log rolled out and the whole thing dropped real fast and then the back of the seat flew off.
Well, I sell firewood and you never see me leaning on the back of a chair anyways, so.
Yeah, I bet.
All right, so what's the story behind these logs, Jesse?
We had that big storm recently and they were working in the woods and basically they went through and cleaned up any of the blowdowns. There was a lot of cherry, so just to clean the woods up. Basically that's why some of them have little nubs on them. You can see where they broke.
Yeah. So I had said that I'm paying a slight premium for these logs, but it's not in this case because of the species. It's because of the distance that you had to drive.
Yeah, it's a little bit further, but you know, you said you were in a pinch and you really wanted to get as many logs in as you can before I quit hauling them, so.
Yes, that is the case.
So we'll stuff you full.
Yeah. So you are enjoying retirement, I see.
Yeah, it's not even started.
No, and you've already sold your truck, I see, and you're borrowing it off the guy that bought it from you.
I'm just gonna sit in a chair. I have other plans. It's just...
I think some people had it in their head that you were going to be in a rocking chair with a Afghan on your lap.
Yeah, No, I'll always be busy. I'll always be working the rest of my life. I don't think I could ever retire. I'll get into too much trouble if I retire.
Yeah, there were a lot of comments on there, everyone wishing you well. The one comment I liked was Larry Cluck. Hi, Larry. He had said that he's been retired and he hasn't worked harder in his life.
Yeah, well, there's that.
Yeah. Well, I know that you are not going to be sitting around.
No, it's just more or less
doing nothing.
More of just basically I won't have to worry about the truck and all the jobs and different people, who to bill, where to go.
Yeah, so. And who to come help fix his truck when he broke his sledgehammer. Thanks again for that, by the way.
Yeah, no problem.
But I wanted you to get out because you kept finding other things wrong with my truck, everything else for me to do. I was like, come on, Jesse. You're going to be heading on down the road?
Yes.
But we're going to be seeing more of you. There's more wood coming in, right?
2 more loads to bring in, and then I'm going to get a new radiator in this thing and start fixing it up a little bit. So
All right.
Down for probably, hopefully next week.
Well, if you stick around a little bit longer, you'll run into another log truck. There's one coming in right behind you here.
He's probably got something to fix on his truck too.
Probably. He sent a picture of a big something that came off of it, and I was like, I was telling him about all the trouble. I said, you just don't understand my troubles. I'm working on my truck, you know? Yeah. And then he sent me a picture of a piece that was as big as my truck.
Yeah. So I didn't know what it was, but I estimated it was probably worth 15 grand.
It looked expensive.
Yeah. It's part of one of the skid steers. I think it might be part of the transmission or the
oh boy,
the winch system. I'm not sure.
I'll put a picture on there and let people see what it was.
Somebody will know, but like I said, I know it's expensive.
Yeah, it looked slightly bigger than my my hub.
Yeah, usually if it's yellow or green or red, there's a big price tag that comes with those colors. Don't mean it's best, but it means it's costly.
All right, well, we're gonna let you go, and then thanks for this load of logs, and then I'll pay you next week, okay? All right, guys.
That's Tuesday, right?
Yeah, I'll gladly pay you Tuesday for a load of logs today. All right, everyone, let's tell Jesse hello and goodbye, and have a great day.